What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with some fantasy football content. Today I am breaking down my recent running back rankings. Posted my wide receiver running back rankings on the channel, my top 12 recently, but wanted to give you guys the full updated list so you guys can check it out. We'll just talk about all the recent updates that have taken place with fantasy football. Okay, so mileage has changed at the top. One of the biggest movers is definitely Saquon Barkley. Moved him up substantially. A lot of reports positively about how good he is looking in training camp. Year removed from that ACL injury, I think he's just going to get enough volume in the passing game and so much volume on the ground. I still think he's a talented runner with an improved offensive line, offensive situation in there with the Giants. With Brian Daboll coming in, don't think he'll be a great offense, but think he will be pretty good for fantasy football. Comfortable taking him at the beginning of the second round, currently in drafts. Moved up Travis Etienne off his recent usage. I think Breece Hall will be a stud as well. Moved him down just because Etienne has an easy schedule and Zach Wilson's currently injured, although that could be a good thing for Breece Hall. Looking at these guys, Ramondre Stevenson, another big winner. I just think he's going to be used heavily in this offense, and I'm really excited about him in drafts this year. Antonio Gibson's had a few parts in this thing because I keep moving him down and down and down. Damien Peterson, another guy that's moved up dramatically in my rankings. He's a guy I'd be very comfortable with as my RB2 if I'm doing a wide receiver heavy build. I think he's going to be a dynamic player. Miles Sanders has moved down for me. Kareem Hunt, James Cook, these are both guys I really like, as well as Ken Walker. Antonio Gibson, a guy I'm completely fading currently in drafts, as well as Damien Harris. Damien Harris is talented in a talent situation, but I just don't know if I really want to draft him a ton. Gibson, same situation. I think he could have that backfield by the end of the season, but I think he's going to need some injury or to play out of his mind and fix his fumbling issues all in a very brief span, and he's obviously not the third down back for that team either. Here are my wide receiver rankings. Let's talk about the biggest changes in these. Okay, I have Mike Williams and Cortland Sutton a lot higher than most people, but I just think they're going to be very good for fantasy football this year. I think their upside is immense. I think Cortland Sutton, too, is very safe because even if he's not a wide receiver 1, I do think he'll be a wide receiver 2 with Russell Wilson in Denver. Higgins, another guy I see going in the third round. I would love to get Higgins in the third round of drafts. Marquis Brown, a guy I really like this year because of the skill set that he has with Kyler. He was in the league-winning wide receiver videos. You'll want to check that out. Juju, another guy who's moved up a lot in these rankings. I just think the way he's been used in the preseason so far, and then you give him Patrick Mahomes, with Mahomes really having a number one pass catcher, I think he could rely on Juju, and he's definitely a high upside guy, and that's why you see him going in the fifth round currently in a lot of drafts. Allen Robinson, another guy that's moved up a lot from recent camp reports of how good he's looking, and now he has Matthew Stafford, a great quarterback. Getting a lot more excited about him. Amon-Ra St. Brown moved him up. I think Jared Goff's going to continue to target him as his safety blanket. We saw that a little bit inside of that into Hard Knocks, getting that Hard Knocks bump. It's come to Amon-Ra St. Brown for me. Darnell Mooney, Elijah Moore, guys who should get enough volume on bad teams to be very fantasy relevant headed into year 2 for Moore, year 3 for Mooney. Tony headed into year 2 as a starter. Really excited about him for this season. Bateman, same situation, year 2 as a starter. Could receive a large target share this year. Fading Chris Godwin slightly just because of the ACL injury. Really like Allen Lazard. He's a guy who will probably move up this list. Chris Olave as well with the recent news of Michael Thomas's hamstring injury. These are my updated rankings. If you guys want more of this, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys for watching.